dimer, which is green, is surrounded by pairs to dimer, which are gray, which are shown by gray color. Here you can observe. Then so here the question arises that what happen in case of a sunny season. Means there is a optimal or bright wavelength, bright light. So how this so we all know that chlorophyll A is the core pigment or core protein. Then what happen if this chlorophyll A directly absorbs the light which is emitted by sun, and make it in the form of ATP, or just it trap the light and transfers the electron to the first reaction acceptor. Then if there is a high amount of energy, if this chlorophyll A directly absorbs this energy, then it may also get burned or affected by it. Then it is not a convenient way that chlorophyll A should absorb the light first. So here that this LSC, that is light harvesting complexes, works here. So how does they work here, we are going to discuss now. So these accessory pigments are in antenna complexes next to the reaction center. So here in cyanobacteria, accessory pigments are arranged in a phycobilisome. So here you can see they are arranged as a sac-like structure, and firstly here you can see well. So what happens? Firstly, when a photon is emitted, then it firstly absorbs by phycoerythrin, which is a accessory pigment, then phycocyanin, then allophycocyanin. Here it is the wavelength at which the light is absorbed is given. Then it lastly transfers to the chlorophyll A molecule, which is a reaction center. So in green algae and plants, accessory pigments are embedded in a thylakoid membrane. So we have discussed it earlier. Then here I am going to summarize all these things for a better understanding purpose. So up to now we have seen the introduction, that is what is LSC. So these are the complex of proteins and chlorophyll embedded in a thylakoid. Then what is the function of this LSC? So this LSC functions in transfer of energy to the reaction center of photosystem. So I think that up to now it is clear that what is the LSC and what is its function. Then photosynthetic unit. So what is photosynthetic unit? So this so now let's see. This photosynthetic unit consists of 300 pigments, out of which, so it is made up of a pigment, out of which 240 are the chlorophyll molecule, which may be chlorophyll A or chlorophyll B. Then 60 are the accessory pigments. Then so here we have discussed that what is LSC, what is its function, but now we are going to discuss that what actually happens, how does this energy transfers from one antenna pigment molecule, one accessory pigment to another, and lastly to the chlorophyll A. So here in this the three processes happens. So in first case, which is the phosphorence, so this happens between the reaction center and another molecule at W screen. Then if the incident light is taken off even for a brief period of time, the light keep emitting. So this phenomenon is related when suppose if I am giving a light, if I am if I am emitting a light at a specific molecule, then what happen if I remove the light, means I am going to taken off the source of light, and there will be shady or let's say dark condition. Then whenever this molecule absorbs the light, and even after removing of this light, it keeps emitting even for a brief period of time. So the actual reason behind this is, as we have studied in chemistry, that the spin of electron is always anti-spectrum. And what happens in this case, in case of phosphorus, the spin of electron become parallel one. So this is the simple chemistry. Simple chemistry behind this. Then fluorescence. So what happens in case of fluorescence? So this fluorescence happens in between the antenna molecule and the reaction center. So when I am giving a light to a particular, let's assume that here it is a particular molecule, and I am giving a light of a wavelength lambda, then what happens in case of fluorescence, the light which is given to that molecule and light which is emitted by it will be of greater wavelength than the light which is firstly emitted, means initial wavelength will be lesser than the final wavelength. So now the question arises that how energy is transferred from the antenna pigments to the reaction center, or antenna pigment to the another antenna pigment. Then so this process is called as inductive resonance. So what happens in case of inductive resonance? So in case of inductive resonance, the electron which traps the light is it get excited, vibrates, and they transfers the energy simply by vibrating to the another pigment which is just which are in close association with each other. Means these accessory pigments are very close association, have very close association with each other. Means the pigment which absorbs the light transfers the light in the form of transfers the light by vibrating to the another molecule. Then lastly, in such a manner they transfers the energy to the reaction center. So here you can see that sun, which is a non-renewable source of energy, when it emits light, it gets trapped by a antenna pigments molecule. Then they transfer the energy by the process of inductive resonance to the chlorophyll A molecule, which is a reaction center. Then this reaction center get excited and transfers. Here there is a transfer of electron, and up to the reaction center there is a transfer of only energy. So here what happens? This happens justly because happens because of there is difference in the redox potential of the reaction center and the first electron acceptor, which may be ferredoxin or plastoquinone according to the PS1 or PS2 photosystem. So here this reaction center excited and transfers the electron to the electron acceptor. So in the next slide I have shown in a clear manner that when light is absorbed by the PS2, so firstly what will happen, this antenna molecules will absorb the light, then they will transfer the energy. Then after transferring the energy to the chlorophyll A molecule, chlorophyll A molecule will be excited and will transfer electron to the first electron acceptor, which will be plastoquinone in case of PS2, and then the cycle will be continued. Then so when PS1 takes the electron, then PS1 will transfer the electron to the ferredoxine, which is the first electron acceptor in case of PS1. Then the further cycle will be continued. So why it is necessary to study the photosynthesis, and this and the processes related to this, as we all know that the population on earth is increasing day by day. Hence there is necessary to make a better crop yield, and this will be studying this photosynthesis and all these processes will be helpful for us to produce more yield of crops. Hence it is very beneficial to study this photosynthesis and the photosynthetic processes, which are the part of a plant life cycle. So these are the references. So this is all about the light harvesting complex. Let me recall what are the important points in this. So firstly, that these light harvesting complexes or the energy funneling, which is in sequential manner, means this core pigment, which is chlorophyll A, will not directly absorb the light and then transfer the electron. So it will be in sequential manner. In case of higher plant, what will happen, that carotenoids will firstly absorb the energy, then it will be transferred to the chlorophyll B, then this chlorophyll B will transfer the energy to the chlorophyll A molecule. So then in case of shady condition, what will happen, that this accessory pigment will help the chlorophyll A molecule to absorb the required amount of sunlight or the required amount of wavelength, so that the energy requirement of this chlorophyll molecule to get excited and transfer the electron is fulfilled. So this is all about the light harvesting complexes. I hope you all have enjoyed the lecture. For such more interesting video, just like, share and subscribe to the channel Simple Biology. Thank you.